Alrighty folks, welcome back. It's your boy B McFrizzle. Today we are going to start really populating and adding some details to our Bloodgulch map over in Unity. So last time we animated the clouds, they're looking very nice. Now we need to start adding in some scenery objects. So if you go over to Halo, the scenery objects like these rocks, trees, there's a bush there. There's also some grass I see. More rocks. Or those are just bushes. Okay, so we need to find all of these assets. And how do we do that, folks? If you've been following along, you know we go over to Heck Plus and we open up the Bloodgulch map. So we'll pop this open. We'll look at our scenery. I should have already exported all of this. So let's go take a look at my rips, scenery. Boom, there it is. So I went ahead and exported most everything from the Bloodgulch map already when I started this project. But in case you haven't done that, then you just go into Heck Plus and you can really just right click on the scenery folder and extract all of it. But if you've already done that, now it's time to, we'll go ahead and extract the bitmaps. So going into here, scenery, sure, a landing beacon, nope, we don't need that. Anywhere you see the word bitmap, it's usually good to just go ahead and extract that. Alright, we have just exported all those bitmaps. So now if I go over to my rip section, we'll check out some of these trees because there was quite a few. Right, so there's a desert tree trunk. That's all good. So the next piece is going to be actually bringing these into 3ds Max. So open up 3ds Max, go ahead and go to Max script, run script over here. We need in my tutorials here our tools, and we're looking for the GBX model importer. So what we need to do is we need to load this up. We'll actually go into our rips folder. So we need some scenery. We're just going to kind of go one at a time here. So there's nothing in there. I don't really want these arrows. Hilltop. This seems like something I might need. Landing beacon plants. Okay, plant fern.gbx model. Let's import that bad boy. Okay, plant fern. Now we're just going to export this, and we'll just call it literally what it is, plant fern. Okay, now that's an FBX file. Unload that GBX model, don't save, new everything. All right, let's load the next one then. So we went plant fern, let's go plant broadleaf short, import this. That looks pretty familiar. So plant what is this thing called? Broadleaf short. Okay, unload that, don't save, new everything, and we're just going to keep doing this until we have all of the stuff imported that we need. So I've done all the plants. Now I'm going to go to rocks. So I'm definitely going to get the plants, the rocks, shrubs, teleporter base, trees, shield. I'll probably grab all of this by the time it's all said and done. So I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, we just finished exporting everything, and now it's time to actually import a lot of this stuff. So what we're gonna do is we'll actually go over here. We have levels, scenery. Okay, so we already have some stuff in scenery. But what we're gonna do is we'll actually just drag this stuff over here. So we have our teleporter shield, and then in our exports over here we have a whole thing of scenery. So we will just drag it all over, replace all that. That's fine. That way it imports everything into Unity here. And then what we'll want to do is we'll actually want to go through, and now we will actually, yep, okay. So we'll just click and drag this stuff over here as we need it. So blue landing beacon, we'll do this. Blue landing beacon, so there should be a landing beacon that is blue, small blue beacon, I'm guessing. No, these are small beacons. Okay, so small beacon. We'll just do it by name, that way they kind of match over here. A50 rock. So going to rocks here, we've got our that rock, this boulder, that boulder, double wide, large gray. Okay, going back over here, we've got our flag base, which just is what it is there. Floor arrow, so we can just throw that into there. Plants, so let's open up our plants here. We've got our fern, we've got our broadleaf short, and we also have our plant broadleaf tall. I don't see shrub large. Yeah, I don't see that one. So maybe we've already taken care of that. Go to our shrubs. We have our shrub large here. And then going down to our trees. Oh, actually, I see teleporter. Teleporter base. And we have our teleporter shield as well. Now going into our trees, we have our desert dead, our desert white bark, fallen trunk, and the stump crouch there. Okay, so there's only one plant that I'm a little concerned about, so I'm going to just quickly, oh actually it should have a GBX model if there was one in here, and it didn't, so that makes sense. Alright, all done with that. Let's let Unity import all that stuff. Very good. Great, so now we have all the scenery. Let's see what it all kind of looks like here. So we'll first start off with, let's go with some plants. So we have a fern. Yeah, it looks kind of tiny. It probably is supposed to be that tiny. Not really sure. Well, let's take a look at our import settings here for this fern, and take a look at our materials. So it doesn't have anything. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to extract the materials. And oh dang, it's gonna actually, yeah, this is good. So here's our plant fern material. We now just need plant fern. Boom. And oh, whoops, that's in the detail. We did not want that one. We want these surface inputs. Okay, so plant fern. We're gonna go through and, all right, look at that. Let's check out this base map here for a second. So it does have an alpha. We just need to make sure it's imported correctly. All right, so we just need to set up the the material correctly. So instead of opaque, it's going to be transparent, and alpha is good because you can see there. It looks good. What is that little thing? A frame. We shouldn't need that, so we'll just hide that for now. Alright, so that's good. This plant fern is done. I'm going to go through and do this for all of the other scenery items that we've imported, and we'll get them all just sitting here in a nice row. I'll be back when it's done. We have everything imported. Whew, that was a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed that, oh, you're going to enjoy importing the character models and animations and dealing with all that. Yeah, it's probably going to suck. Real quick, so look at this. I thought this was kind of interesting. The teleporter base seems like its textures were not quite right. So it does say it needs the shield, but I don't know. It doesn't. It just. I don't. This is not what I remember it looking like in the game itself. I'm pretty sure that that this bottom part doesn't have this green thing. So I'm pretty thoroughly confused by that. Oh, what about this dust? Maybe it's the teleporter dust. Ah, that could be it. There's no alpha, so we'll just do an alpha from grayscale. Okay, that's better. I apologize. I probably just didn't know how to import that correctly. And you'll notice all the meshes have these frames, so we can just remove all of those. It's something that gets imported. It's probably a checkbox in the GBX model importer, but I didn't check it off or uncheck it or whatever the case may be, so it kind of showed up in an odd way here. But nonetheless, we have everything imported. A couple of notes. Some of these are double-sided, so like the ferns, I know you all saw me import those earlier, and I went back afterwards and changed it to double-sided because they are transparent, and that's how a lot of these leaves and things are going to be. All right, so now the next piece of this is to start placing everything and figure out where it needs to be placed. And for that, we have to pop back over into Halo. We'll actually start off at, well, I can already see two things here. So this plant, this is interesting. I don't think we have this plant yet. So either I didn't import something or something was not exported. Yeah, so this does not quite look the same. See how it has this gray here? This metal gray. Yeah. Oh well, let's start with the rocks. So we've got this rock here. It's kind of like right on this edge. So pop back over into here. Which rock do we think it is? I think it is this one. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put all of these into their own. Yeah, we need to start creating some new stuff. So we have our sky. We have, we'll call it the BSP. Create another one here called scenery. This just helps us keep things pretty organized here. So all of this will go into BSP, this will go in the sky. So we could just collapse those. All of these things will go into scenery here. And we'll actually turn, no, I'll leave them on for now. But this one we'll want to copy paste that. And we are at blue base, and all right, we're kind of in between blue base and red base. We're somewhere over here in game. Let's see, I believe it's roughly here. Let me just take a look. Yep, so I believe it's right about here. And it seems like it's kind of rotated this way, perhaps. Maybe it's even like that. No, it actually sticks straight up. So just like that. Boom. Yeah. Hells yeah, we placed our first boulder. That's a nice boulder. Okay. Let's see what else we got. So other rocks, we've got a couple rocks around the base. Looks like a couple of plants here. Let's pop back over. All right. We definitely have one of these plants. So whatever this broadleaf something something, and it's kind of comes out where this curves out a little bit, like this over here. Is it that far away from? Not really sure if this is right. Oh, they're grenade. So to help me with this, we'll actually use I think it's debug camera save, debug camera load. Nice. So I do have the debug tools enabled here. This will really help, me figure out some of these little nuances, right? Where things get placed, how do things actually look. So yeah, this is gonna go right there. So going back over here, that actually looks like pretty decent placement. I do want to make sure that it is touching the ground. So we will drop it down low. That's a little too low. Okay, right there, that looks pretty good. There were a couple ferns around it, so I'm going to copy that, and where's that bad boy? There he is. So there's a couple ferns here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and place all of these items, all the stones and everything, and I'll be back as soon as that's done, because this is going to be tedious, guys. This is just part of porting things over. It's just something you got to deal with, and so, all I really had to say to that is just suck it up, deal with it. All right, I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Finally did it, y'all. It is done. Okay, so I have all the scenery placed. This is really looking good. You know, I've got the clouds animating, the nice shadows, got the textures. Everything is just coming along really nicely. So the next piece is going to be one of the harder pieces, I guess. And before I get to that, I may go in and fix a couple things. Like I know our ground texture does not have a good normal map. I'd like to have something there. So I'll probably, maybe I can find something just simple to put on it for now. But I definitely want to make sure that it has a nice, like if I put it on 1, I just want to see what this normal map looks like. So that way, you know, when there's like explosions and stuff, you can actually see. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Maybe I'll just leave that. Otherwise, yeah, I think everything is looking pretty good as far as the scene goes. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad we were able to place all these scenery, get everything imported, and make Bloodgulch look even more like Bloodgulch. All right, peace out, guys. See y'all later.